In this video, we are going to talk about Venus into the Nakshatra of Purvaphalguni Padas, symbolism, and what is the effect of Venus in Purvaphalguni if you have that planet, if you have this placement in your birth chart. Okay, we're not talking about the transit here. Purvaphalguni Nakshatra ranges from 13 degrees 20 minutes of Leo to 26 degrees 40 minutes of Leo. Okay, it has 4 padas. The first pada goes into the Leo Navamsha, second goes into the Virgo Navamsha, third goes into the Libra Navamsha, which is a Pushkar Navamsha, and fourth goes into the Scorpio Navamsha. Let's talk about the planet Venus. Planet Venus is the planet of relationships, luxuries, comforts, beauties, marriages, business. Okay, business is more like a relationship in business. Okay, so business relationships can also be seen with Venus. So Venus relates to all kinds of relationship, and how we relate to other people in general is determined by the quality and condition of Venus in your chart. Okay, Venus represents wealth. Venus represents your strength to create things. Okay, Venus literally represents your creative abilities. Venus also shows your counseling abilities, because Venus is also one of the gurus, along with the Jupiter. Venus is also a guru. Now, what happens when you have Venus comes into the nakshatra of Purvaphalguni? Purvaphalguni nakshatra ranges from 30 degrees 20 minutes of Leo to 26 degrees 40 minutes of Leo, and it is dasha ruled by Venus itself. So when you have moon placed into the Purvaphalguni nakshatra, your dasha sequence will start with Venus. The Purvaphalguni is associated with Venus. Okay, Purvaphalguni is a pair. Purvaphalguni is the first part of the pair. The second part is the Uttaraphalguni. Okay, Purvaphalguni and Uttaraphalguni comes after the nakshatra of Magha, which is intense, powerful nakshatra, wherein these people, like the soul has earned something, power, recognition, have their throne secured. Now they are looking for extending their family, looking for creating family for themselves. That's what Purvaphalguni and Uttaraphalguni is all about. Purvaphalguni is associated with love, bhakti, friendship, and marriages. Uttaraphalguni is more about the marriages, but it starts with Purvaphalguni. Lord Shiva and Parvati also set to get married into this nakshatra of Purvaphalguni. The Arjun was born on the day when moon was traveling through both the Phalgunis in the same day. Okay, that's why he's also referred to as a Phalgun. So Purvaphalguni is all about friendships and is associated with Venus, and so it has skills of arts, music, counseling, luxury, and that's what Arjuna was representing. Okay, and he was also the great friend of all attractive, blessed Sri Krishna. Symbol associated with Phalguni is bed, and bed represents union of male and female to create families, to make love, to come together. Along with that, it also represents relaxing, also represents thinking about, like I always say that creation process needs a break. Creation process needs peace of mind. Okay, so there may be somebody, maybe a writer, a poet, is sitting on the bed with his cup of coffee and just thinking about his next creative venture. Okay, so this is the early part of this Phalguni pair, and which is like getting into that process of creation. Okay, Purva literally means before, and Uttara literally means later. Purva also refers to east, Uttara also refers to the north, but here Purva means previous one. So Purvaphalguni is the first part of this pair, and this nakshatra is also about the vows of marriage and togetherness. Purvaphalguni and Uttaraphalguni. The planet of love and romance comes into the nakshatra, which is about bed. So these people are great with sexual activities. They have some creative ways to love and bring in that sensual approach into their love making. They have some creative ways to make love. Purvaphalguni people have some ability to, they may not think they are good enough in the bed, but they have that creative ways to make love. That's Purvaphalguni. Okay, Purvaphalguni is a sexy nakshatra. The planet of love, romance, and relationship comes into the all sexy Purvaphalguni nakshatra, which is about the bed pleasures, which is about uh, love and romance and companionship, marriage, long-term relationships. So, so Venus loves to be in Purvaphalguni. Venus feels at home in Purvaphalguni, not because it is dasha ruled by Venus. That is not so important, but this is because the symbolism associated with this nakshatra is bed, which represents sex, which represents sensualness coming together, and more so the deity bhaga. Deity bhaga is all about the pleasures, and you would see that the word bhaga, you would see it in so many ways. The word bhaga, you will see it in bhog. The word bhaga, you will see it in bhagwan. The word bhaga, you will see it in bhagya. So this bhaga is the god of the fortune. Okay, now why the god of the fortune is connected with this nakshatra? Okay, so this nakshatra is the bhagya. The god of the fortune is the deity of this nakshatra. So when Venus comes in here, or any planet, let's say moon comes in here, this nakshatra is capable of creating greatest of bhakt. Okay, the greatest devotees of any deity can be seen with Purvaphalguni, because this nakshatra has capacity to love unconditionally without any expectation, and you will see the highest form of devotion into Purvaphalguni nakshatra. You would see this in Anuradha as well, in Purvaphalguni, in Vishakha as well, but Purvaphalguni is onto some different plane. Okay, Vishakha is something different. We talked about Vishakha and Anuradha, but yeah, this nakshatra is also about the devotion towards the god. So these people will always be able to transform this sexual energy into something creative or spiritual for themselves. So yes, these people will seek this transformation, and they will transform this sexual energy into something spiritual or creative into their life. Another thing about the Venus in Purvaphalguni nakshatra is pleasure and travel. So these people like to travel with their partner to exotic places. These people have great bond with their partner when they travel together. So these people like to travel. So traveling, and you will be surprised that the house of travel is connected with the bhagya, which is, this is what the bhaga is all about. Bhaga is the deity of the bhagya, and travel is about the bhagya. So when you travel, your ninth house gets activated. That's why those who have created history have traveled extensively throughout their life, right? Some of the people, legendary people, have went on to find a country. They have, and now we still remember them. Why? Because this is the bhagya, the ninth house. So if anybody who is watching this, this is your confirmation that if you want to change your destiny, if you want to ever make an impact, if you want to ever activate your ninth house, travel, travel, travel. Did I say travel? So just do that. Okay, keep traveling, and your ninth house will get activated. And Bruno confirms that. The planet of devotion comes into the nakshatra of love. So these people have ability to devote their life to God. Purvaphalguni has the ability to create the greatest of bhakts. Okay, and Venus gives that devotion the next level, because Venus is about the devotion. Venus is about the love, and love is about the devotion. we talked about love in last videos, how it is powerful than karma and why and so on. So there is level of bhakti and prema. So yeah, love is extremely powerful, and love towards God is extremely powerful to transform your life. So yes, Purvaphalguni creates bhakta as well. When person has Venus in Purvaphalguni Nakshatra, these people have ability to become the greater counselor. These people can counsel other people. Okay. Venus in Purvaphalguni Nakshatra. When Venus comes into the Purvaphalguni Nakshatra, these people have some obsession about the bed. Okay. Like they might be doing nothing, but they will sit on the bed. They might be having any kind of a creative thought process. They won't sit on table and chair. They will sit on the bed, or they might have they might have an obsession for some fancy beds, just like we saw in Magha. They might have the obsession for fancy chairs. So these people have the obsession for fancy or luxurious beds. Purvaphalguni Nakshatra also has the blessings from the previous lives. So when Venus comes into the Purvaphalguni Nakshatra, these people are blessed with relationships as well as wealth, and they get quick success into their life in the early part of their life. And on the downside, this nakshatra can overindulge into the pleasurous activities, and they will lose their objective. Okay, so as it is connected with the sexual energy and sexual activities, and creating family, this also can get you into lust. This can also take you on to the downside to getting carried away into these activities. Okay, but apart from that, these two downsides, this nakshatra has the ability to give you the best pleasure, and once you have all the pleasures, then you would be able to grow out of it and go towards the God easily. Okay, that's the reason they create the greatest of bhaktas. Okay, this nakshatra has 4 padas. The first pada of the nakshatra goes into the Leo Navamsha, and this is a Vargottam Navamsha. The sign is Leo, the pada is Leo, it becomes Vargottam pada. Now Venus comes in here, and this Venus is all about the love, romance, and more so about the creative aspect of one's life because of the Leo impact. With Vargottam pada, it gives them an ability to create something creative for their own. The second pada of this nakshatra goes into Vargo Navamsha, which is into its debilitated Navamsha. Though it is the friend of Venus Mercury, it still goes into the debilitated Navamsha. And when Venus goes into this Navamsha, these people tend to analyze the relationship more. They have that fault finding nature to, they will always find some fault into their partner. But apart from that, they might also have some business aspect to their creative fields through this. Okay. Now the third pada of this nakshatra goes into the Libra Navamsha, which is one of the most potent pada of this nakshatra, which goes into the Libra Navamsha. Now Venus is in its own Navamsha, in the Libra Navamsha. Now here people will have the ability to create the business deals, get the best deals out of all the business relationships, and get most out of this. Fourth pada of this nakshatra goes into the Scorpio Navamsha, and now here Venus gets into the intense, deep, emotional Scorpio sign, which is ruled by its compatible male force Mars, that is Scorpio. Now here these people have intense love and desires. These people have some hidden desires for love and sensual things in their life. Okay, but if it is accompanied by Mars, it can also get into most passionate and lustful relationships as well. Okay? So yes, this was Venus into the nakshatra of Purvaphalguni, as much as I could hold, grasp, and share with you guys. If you want to learn Vedic astrology step by step, these 2 videos on your screen will help you to deep dive into Vedic astrology. Or if you want to learn Vedic astrology step by step, join my 3 hours free training Link is in the description. Sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibes. See you in the next videos. Love and peace. Namaste. The planet of love goes into this sexy Nakshatra. Amazing.